Ladies, gentlemen, those in between, welcome to a hostage video. I am being no. Anyways, so the NBA started, huh? It's been fun so far. Yeah, yeah. You are you guys all having a good time? Because I sure am. There's not going to be any editing during this video because one, I'm staying somewhere. Right. Two, I don't feel like it. And three, I ran out of a Premiere Pro thing, so I have to find a way to get that again. But until then, welcome back. I will do my best to be expressive and use a YouTuber voice and all of that stuff. But let's just talk about the games that have happened. Just chat about James Harden. Hey, the Suns. We're gonna start with that game because I did watch the tail end of it. I watched a bit of the beginning, and then I got bored because it was the Suns and Clippers, and I don't know about you, but I don't particularly find those teams entertaining to watch, especially with the Clippers when they're without Kawhi Leonard for an indefinite amount of time, and they didn't sign Bones Highland to an extension, which apparently was newsworthy according to Chris Haynes. Anyways, James Harden turned the ball over 8 times. He was like solid, for a good chunk of it. He put up good stats, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. He did it efficiently, though, with 10 of 28 from the field, which is 35%, 2 of 9 from 3, 7 of 9 from the line. That's good for 45% true shooting, which is significantly below league average. And he also turned the ball over, as I mentioned, 8 times. Not a great showing from him. That does not show that he can be the system and lead them to wins by himself anymore. It is just one game, so it's a little early to judge that completely. But it does seem like the Clippers will probably have a good pick. And by the Clippers, I mean the Thunder, because Thunder have the Clippers pick. And that is scary as someone who is a fan of a different team in the West. However, I guess time will tell. Harden also bricked a free throw at the end of the game that could have sealed the victory. It could have fixed everything. It could have, not made it go to OT, anything. And then at the tail end of it, on the inbound, he was like, "Hey, give me the ball," because who else is going to take the last shot? Ivica Zubac? No. So he's denied the ball. They're playing good defense on him. The Suns are, and then he sprints towards half court, and it hits him in the hands. He doesn't catch it. Grayson Allen bats it away, and then that's game because it was like 3 seconds left. He couldn't recover in time. Time expired. And that was basically that game. KD didn't look good, really. Like, I know his final stats look good, 25.7 rebounds, but a lot of that came down the stretch. He wasn't good early in the game. Bradley Beal looked solid. Devin Booker looked solid. Nurkic only took 3-pointers, which I found fucking hilarious. Okay, never mind. He took 1 shot inside the arc. He shot 1 of 4 from 3 otherwise. He's not a floor spacer. He shouldn't be playing as such, but hey, that's their system, so that's going to be his role. Anyways, so yeah, Suns win 116-113 in OT. I didn't watch the Warriors-Blazers. What do you think I am? I'm not a masochist. I have standards. I used to not have standards, and then I started doing this as a job, and then, I started having a little bit of standards. So the Warriors beat them 139 to 104, and I lied. I watched a little bit of it. Scoot Henderson looked good-ish, like 22 points, 39% from the field, which is like not great, but it's 22 points, and that's 8 more than he averaged last season on, I think, similar efficiency, if not a little better. 0-5 from 3, so like he did do really well inside the arc. So Scoot Henderson, FC, rise up. Check my big board. Don't check my big board. Not yet, at least. Anyways, Grizzlies, Jazz. Not many notes. Santi Aldama, rocks. John Morant, pretty good. Zach Edey, did not look good. It's too early to judge. He's a rookie. It was his first game. He played 14 minutes. In those 14 minutes, he put up 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 5 from the line, and he fouled out. He fouled out in 15 minutes. So, like, that's not great. But, yeah, that's, like, my biggest takeaway is that Zach Edey didn't look great. Otherwise, Jay Huff looked good. Denver Nuggets legend Jay Huff. Yeah, that's sort of Grizzlies looked solid. Utah looked solid. Lauri Markkanen had 35 and 9. Walker Kessler had 16, 14. Keontae George had a Jordan Poole-esque performance, but I'm not too panicked about him. Hornets Rockets was actually a really good game. This one was actually really entertaining. It came down to the last few minutes. Houston choked away the lead at the end, and let me tell you, LaMelo Ball is that guy. If he can stay healthy, if he can whatever, all NBA season loading. And also, this is where I'm going to stake my flag as well. So far as if health allows, Brandon Miller will be an all-star replacement this year. I believe Brandon Miller will play in the all-star game this year. He looks like Paul George. He's a Paul George regen, which is insane. But also, that's his GOAT. That's who he's modeled his game after, and he has the frame and the athleticism to do that. And he left this game early, because I believe it was hip soreness, something with his left hip. I don't think it's serious. I think he'll be back, no problem. But he had 6 points, a rebound, an assist, a steal in 10 minutes on just 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Had a good and 1 that he got to the free throw line, knocked that down. Only 1 turnover, no fouls. Played good defense. He looked really good. Good pick. Brandon Miller FC. We will not write back. And then, that sort of, they got gamed by Grant Williams. Actually, no, I need to talk about this. They got gamed by Grant Williams. At the end of the game, it came down to the last couple of possessions, right? Like the last minute. In that minute, Alperen Şengün bit on a Grant Williams pump fake. He Klay Thompson'd him, where Şengün had run out and was going to try and close out, and he just flew by Grant Williams, and then Grant Williams sunk the 3. On the other end, Şengün starts driving down the lane. Guess who's there? Grant Williams. He takes a charge. It's a charge. Hornets win. They got gamed by Grant Williams. Wild things are happening in Charlotte. Let's see. Next game, Bulls Pelicans happened. Hawks Nets. Zachary Risacher didn't look good. Onyeka Okongwu looked really good. The Nets, Cam Thomas looks good. Ben Simmons looks pretty solid in the minutes he played. Onyeka Okongwu had 28, 8 and 1, 3 blocks on 11 of 12 shooting. He's got to start over Clint Capella. He should have been starting 2 years ago over Clint Capella, but he really has to now. Dyson Daniels looked good. 5 steals. Nick Claxton got ejected for a flagrant on Dyson Daniels. It was really bad. It didn't look good. That's sort of... Trae Young looked really good. 30 and 12 with 5 rebounds. Yeah. Cam Thomas looked good. Outside of that, nothing really to talk about. With a former Nuggets shooting guard played really well for him. It wasn't KCP. Gary Harris had, I think, 14 points, I think, by the second quarter. He had hit 4 of 5 from 3, and then he finished the game 6 of 9 from 3 with 18 points in 21 minutes. Whereas KCP had 3 points, didn't hit a shot. Those were all free throws. KCP isn't going to be bad. That's not the point. It was just to give Gary Harris props. Paolo Banchero looked really good. Franz Wagner, really solid. He made 3 threes tonight, so if he learned to shoot again, Magic might be scary. Magic could be scary. The Heat didn't look good, but also the Heat, were you really expecting them to play that good? Were you really... Jimmy Butler had 3 points. I don't know. The Heat are going to suck this year. Bucks looked good. 76ers didn't look that good, but also they're missing their 2 of their 3 best players. You could argue Maxey's better than Paul George. Dame had a 30-piece. You'll take that any day of the week if you're a Bucks fan. Good get-back game for him, after last season. Not looking as good as he normally does. That was a good get-back game for him. Cavs Raptors, I didn't even know that this game happened, if I'm keeping it honest. I know that Scotty Barnes didn't play particularly well, because I saw people on the timeline talking about it. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists on, 3 of 14 from the field. But also, I didn't watch this game. So, there were so many games on. I couldn't watch all of them. And Cavs Raptors, I don't like watching the Raptors, really. And then Pacers Pistons. Cade Cunningham looked really good in the third quarter. Outside of that quarter, he didn't look great. In that quarter, I'm pretty sure he got 18 points on 8 of 9 shooting or something like that, which is really good. Ivy looked solid during this game. His final stat line wasn't efficient, but he looked good doing it, and he looked confident, and he looks like he's been given a new reign in Detroit, which I think is good. He ends up with 17 points on 5 of 13 from the field. He did get to the line 9 times, sunk 7 of them. So he finished with a 50% true shooting, which is like not great, but hey, it's something. Tobias Harris, 13 points on. He's Tobias Harris. Yeah, Ron Holland looked pretty good, like especially on defense. That was sort of that game. And then on Wednesday for me, Tuesday for you lot, because again, hotel in Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah, on Tuesday for you lot, Celtics tied the record for the most threes in a game ever. They looked really good. The Knicks did not. Cat and Mikal did not look good. They hunted Cat a lot on defense. Mikal didn't look particularly good on defense. Mikal's shot was, I gotta keep my monetization. Mikal's shot was screwed up, and that's sort of the notes I have. Jalen Brunson looked good. Jason Tatum, we bullied him into his final form. And Lakers-Wolves was one of the games of all time. It was a pretty good game. You had the LeBron-Bronny thing. I can give a rat's ass about that, but you did have that happen. I think it's a little manufactured, but like also cool. If you think it's cool. I'm not gonna rain on your parade. Julius dubious handle, look a dubious fit at best. Yeah, that's sort of my thoughts so far on the NBA tonight. We do have a pretty good slate. We got Thunder Nuggets, we got Celtics Wizards, which is gonna be a fantastic game, obviously. Spurs Mavs, which should be fun. Wemby versus Luka. I'll be tuning in. And then Wolves Kings. So solid games, slate of games. I might make another one of these videos. This is sort of the format I'm gonna keep for the next few weeks, and then I will be home, and then I can edit again probably. So like, if you guys like this style, let me know. If you would prefer me to just chuck highlights on, I can do that. But it wouldn't be as high quality as it used to be. I will eventually get that situation figured out, though. But yeah, if that's all. So do all that stuff, you nimwits, and have a very good rest of your day.